Hey everybody, it's Nick from Hotspawn, and I am joined here today by Cloud9 Inero. Candidly, one of my favorite interviews in LCS. I always enjoy when we get the chance to chat. We are coming off of a 3-2 loss to Shopify.
Yeah.
Definitely not the result that you guys want headed into this. We'll start there, but we don't have to stick on the series the whole time. And that's just where's your mind at? Walk me through sort of your thoughts on this series and what went wrong.
I'm obviously pretty pissed. I'm always pissed when we lose. It is what it is. But we already had like a little post game talk as a team. Like it's shit day. Should not lose this. It's like kind of disgusting. We lost, but we deserve it for what happened. I think everything from like drafts to what we did in game have to be way better than what it was today. Game 1 was pretty bread and butter, like just easy. It's just an automatic win. Game 2, we like threw it. That's obviously not very good for us as well too when that happens. We've had that happen a bit too much. But then as it got like later through the games, I don't think drafts are like super great for us. We had to have some like hope angles in drafts to be able to have them be like good for us too, which is never a good spot to be in. I think I got to do better on that. And even though we got stuff that is like playable and we like played, it's not necessarily something we practiced a lot of as it's going down into that in every single case. So I don't know. I think other than that, we just kind of played in to what SR wanted to do. I think it's pretty clear this team looks to like constantly fight. They want to overload and fight and force fights onto you, and you have angles to just like not give them that and play around it. I think we did play around it really well at the start of the series. I think it's where we got like our leads. But as the game gets like into later ones, it gets a little hard to always avoid everything. You're bound to slip up every now and then, which definitely did happen. And it gets harder depending on the champs that are in the game. Opens up more angles. Like, I don't know. They played better. They played better today, so they get it. But I'm not too worried. I think if we ever meet this team again, it would just be a win on our part. We just have to actually like set up drafts well and then perform well in game.
Sure, totally. You were mentioning, that draft got a little hard there. On the C9 podcast, you said you're the LeBron James of drafting 30% of the time. Which basketball player does that make DeMonte if he's managed to take one off of you of drafting like whatever percent of the time? If you're LeBron, who's DeMonte?
He took one off of me.
Yeah, he did.
I don't want to call him the Steph Curry, where he got it off of me the one time. But maybe that's it. Maybe that's the best comparison right now. He got one off of me. Congratulations. Well done to him.
Now he's the Steph Curry of drafting 30% of the time.
Yeah, he's the Steph Curry of drafting 30% of the time. I don't know if I want to be LeBron in this analogy because it kind of goes downhill from there, but fuck.
Maybe. You're the one who set it up, man. I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah. So I don't know. Like the drafts even they're not even necessarily like hard as it goes through later. It's just like getting something you've practiced enough of that also looks good, that also will like feel good to play. And that's not obviously it's like really hard to always get in the case. But we spent most of this week practicing like a lot of the new things, a lot of new changes to jungle, which haven't like popped up in these games yet. Of course, it was all pretty standard across the board. New like champions getting buffed, getting lanes. Yeah, so those didn't pop up as much as they did in scrims, obviously. So a little bit less practice on what's actually going to like happen. Obviously, we still did it, but not as much as the other stuff and trying to figure out like, oh shit, is like Viego OP? Is this champ OP now? Is it in lane and that type of stuff,
Awesome. Okay, I've got a couple questions lined up that I'm just asking people this week. Nothing to do with the series, but we'll just have fun with it. Number one is we've had our two most recent inductees to the Hall of Legends. We've got Faker, we've got Uzi. Who do you think's third? Like, if you got to pick, who's that third inductee to the Hall of Legends?
Third. I mean, I guess they said it's not going to be from Europe, or it's not going to be like set on a specific region. It would be cool if, like, Bjergsen's put into it or something like that. That'd be kind of cool. It's kind of the goat in this like region is pretty big. Or I mean, even like Double Lift, Bjergsen, Caps, like anything like that. It'd be kind of cool, kind of interesting just to see someone that's not a LCK or LPL player.
Yeah, totally. I personally am holding out hope on double lifter Bjergs, and I think they're
Yeah.
I think they've got like the popular appeal to still manage to get in there. Awesome.
Yeah.
So I had a fun conversation with Ayla yesterday, in which or last week, in which he was talking about he wishes that he wishes that LoL had ability draft like Dota did. Where you
Mhm.
go in and you select one ability from different heroes to make something. And so I'm asking people
Yeah.
if you could cook up passive Q W E R any champ. What kind of monstrosity would you make an ability draft
Passive QWER.
from anywhere you want?
I'm trying to think of the most like toxic combination of things.
I think Ambessa passive is pretty nasty. It's a dash after every ability.
Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty nasty. I'm thinking more like I'm thinking of how I can put an Annie stun on a different champion.
Annie passive, yeah.
Yeah, I'm thinking Annie passive just to be cringe. We also just lost to Annie, so let's put that one on there.
Yeah, okay.
Can you imagine like Annie, but also you have Rise? Like, okay, Rise Q. You know what? Actually, just give Annie passive and then Rise Q, so it resets when I use other spells. And then fuck it, just all of Rise's other abilities.
You could
I'll
do,
just
Cassio E is probably really nasty with Annie passive and Rise Q.
True. Also true. My E would reset my Q.
Mm-hmm.
That would be chill. Okay, so we'll go Annie passive,
Yep.
Rise Q. I'll take Rise. I mean, Rise W won't work without Rise E. So Pantheon W instead for fun. Okay, we're going melee range.
Hell yeah.
And then Cassio E.
Mm-hmm.
And then for ulti. What would be a good ultimate for this shit? Olaf ulti. Fuck it. We're not getting CC. We're getting perma CC'd. Enjoy this. I'll just be spam stunning you. By the time my stun ends, another one is coming. We'll do that.
I love that. That's awesome. Okay, and then last question is sort of the big news on the horizon. Right, did a recent dev blog, though we've known about it for a little while longer. WASD is coming to League. There's been a lot of talk about this, particularly in how it functions right now with high attack speed AD carries, and you just hold down the keys to one side, right click somebody repeatedly, and you'll get off your attacks pretty precisely. Do you have any thoughts on WASD coming to League, or the potential upsides or downsides that has for pro play?
Yeah, I mean, I think everyone can see that it'll be pretty crazy for AD carries. I think, depending on how it works. Like, I don't know exactly how, like, everything will work with it. Should be crazy for AD carries. I don't think I'll pivot to it. I'm too damn old. I don't want to.
Yeah,
I don't even want to try. I'll stick to the old-fashioned way. I'll just be old man doing my thing, like kids these days with their WASD. Yeah, I don't know. Cool. Yeah, I mean, I like the fact that they're trying to do new stuff to try to bring in new players or make it feel like more familiar for new people to get in. It's cool, but I don't think I'll adopt it personally.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, no, I'm excited. I've had a couple friends who were like, "Oh, if League had a WASD scheme, I'd probably try it out." So I'm now got to hunt them down and make them actually follow up. All right,
nice.
Awesome. Thank you so much for your time, Inero. Always a pleasure to chat with you. Sorry about the series today, but I don't expect you guys to stay in that lower bracket for long.
Yeah, same. It's all good, man. I appreciate it. Good talking to you again.
Have a good one. Cheers.
You're on, man. Peace.